as the dust settled on the PlayStation State of Play, which some Sony fans, some ponies would have said that it is a 10 out of 10, Digital Foundry have, taken some time to sit back and look at one of the most talked about game from that particular, showcase or that presentation. None other than Ghost of Yoti. Yes, Digital Foundries got their grubby little hands on, Ghost of Yoti, and it just so happened that they are not impressed by the visuals. Listen.
Alex, what did you think?
I mean, I was actually kind of visually disappointed with this trailer. I don't think it was. It's a good-looking game in the aspects of they have art direction. That's pretty much nothing I would ever fight about on the channel. But I do think it looks like an extreme amount of continuity with the previous title for visual rendering aspects, like the scene in the bar you were talking about earlier. Though, like if you just look at the bright white light reflecting off the floor to the right hand side of the screen, it is not aligned with the window at all. It just looks like they put either a light probe there, or there is a point light, or something like that. To me, it just actually looks a lot like the technology we saw in the first game for how indirectly lit things are. So I think that is different, but the rest of it to me looked a lot the same as the last game. And one thing that was a little bit confusing about the trailer was it was presented all at 30 FPS.
Yo! Yeah. I ask you one thing. Do you remember me? I miss you. Yeah.
Which I think maybe didn't do it favors as well too. It's pretty compressed over the stream. I was trying at a number of points to look at the texture detail, because the first game kind of has just okay texture detail. It's not super high. I was trying to look for it, but it was just all lost in the stream. So that stuff doesn't do it favors, unfortunately. But to me, I mean, I'm interested to see if there is something more that is not present in this trailer. But this trailer actually just looked a lot like the first game to me.
So let me get this straight. Sony had a great opportunity to show the Ghost of Yoti running at 60 FPS with ray tracing on the brand new PlayStation 5 Pro, and they didn't. Why didn't they want to show this game running on the PlayStation 5 Pro? I just don't understand it. I mean, what potatoes? And it's so nice to hear Digital Foundry, really upset these PlayStation fans, because we know the PlayStation fans love to hear Digital Foundry validate their purchase. Wow, that was glorious. But on another note, today we are going to talk about, the PlayStation fans are very, very quiet, as PlayStation does something that they themselves would have complained that Xbox would have done, a couple of months ago. For some strange reason, there isn't any, talk or banter about this particular thing in the PlayStation community. And then we would also talk about how Square Enix is happy and ready to have Xbox gamers on their side. Yeah, buddy, we'll talk about that as well. So you know what? Buckle up as we talk about this. Let's get it!
This is a sickness!
Let's get it! Before we continue the video, guys, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to grow the channel to 4,000 subscribers, and you can help me do that. So hit the subscribe button today. I mean, you get some great Xbox content, you get some Nintendo sprinkled in there, and of course the Sony Pony Salt. And I guarantee you, you will surely smile at my video, if not laugh. So hit that subscribe button today. So let's get back to the video. First up, let's just mention that Starfield Shattered Space is out. Yes, the game that these Sony fans love to hate. I mean, this game got so much publicity over the hate from these Sony fans that it made Microsoft hundreds of millions. Yeah, buddy. Well, the expansion is out, and guess what? This expansion even has some die-hard ponies elated, beaming with excitement to play this game.
You can be extremely evil in this. Like, these people are pretty cutthroat. They're obviously a freaking cult that's basically worshipping dark void magic, for lack of a better term, and you can be super ruthless. I mean, pretty much every option, it's like, help people out or kill the village. Oh, I can get this dam and I can shut it down and steal this combobulator, or I can open the dam up and flood all the freaking, all the settlers and just kill everybody. Like, you can be so good or so ridiculously, insanely evil in this, and that's cool to me because that's what you could do in old school Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind and freaking old school Fallout. It felt good that you could be, you know, the hero of the people or the butcher of Bobtown.
Look how happy Dreamcast guy is. Look how happy he is playing an Xbox exclusive, an Xbox game. Wow, he is so happy to play Starfield Shattered Space. No wonder David Jaffe, the creator of God of War, said this about Starfield.
It's the best single player video game I've ever played. I adore it. It is one of my favorites ever.
So are you going to play Starfield Shattered Space? Let me know in the comment sections below. Next up, let's talk about Square Enix. We all know for years Square Enix and Sony had a very close relationship. So much so that Square Enix would have, given Sony a lot of exclusives when it comes to their IPs. Now, that deal and that relationship has now grown a little sour. Why, you may ask? Because all Sony fan does is talk. You see, they would have said that they buy their exclusives, but the numbers don't lie, guys. You see, there's a number of persons could talk what they want to talk, but at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. And guess what? The numbers are not adding up for Square Enix. So much so that they are saying that they are no longer putting their games exclusive on PlayStation. They are going multi-plat. We're talking about the Xbox and even the new Nintendo Switch or Nintendo platforms. Now, Square Enix has gone on and had an interview with Jez Corden just to reconfirm that some of the big titles, not just the smaller titles that were announced at TGS, the big titles would be coming to an Xbox near you.
We do want to release it on Xbox. Square Enix confirms goal to bring Final Fantasy 16 feet to Xbox. Final Fantasy 16 could be heading across to Team Green. Short while ago, I shared on my XB2 podcast that I'd heard Square Enix was looking to bring its entire slate of Final Fantasy games to Xbox, including Final Fantasy 16. Now, we have some confirmation that that is indeed the plan. Speaking in a new interview via Hazador Gamen, Square Enix legend Naoki Yoshida, often known affectionately by fans as Yoshi P, confirmed that Final Fantasy 16 is slated for Xbox, although stopped short of offering a timeframe. Final Fantasy 16 took the franchise into more of an action hack-and-slash direction, riffing on games like Devil May Cry. While some fans lamented the lack of tactical combat prevalent in previous games, the game's spectacular combat visuals won over many new and returning fans regardless. However, the game was up until recently fully exclusive to PlayStation 5. Final Fantasy 16 has since launched on Steam for PC, however, and managed to hit 27,000 concurrent players at peak. Although you'd have to wonder how much more it might have done if it had launched simultaneously with its PlayStation version, taking advantage of the marketing cycle from its initial launch. Indeed, Square Enix has commented repeatedly about its recent Final Fantasy games, saying that they've missed targets via IGN. To that end, Square Enix has begun adopting more of a multi-platform approach, with games like Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster launching on Xbox, as well as the World of Warcraft MMORPG competitor Final Fantasy XIV. Now we are moving towards the policy of releasing our games on a multi-platform basis, and we really want as many players as possible to play our titles, Naoki Yoshida previously said.
So the evidence is showing that the PlayStation community, the ponies, failed Square Enix. Yes, they failed to purchase this game when it was exclusive for their platform. Given the amount of consoles claimed to be sold by Sony, we was expecting a game as big as Final Fantasy, a game that has, a lot of history in Sony. With Sony, this game should at least make, sold 20 million minimum on the install base of 70 million consoles, but it didn't. That is why we are seeing this is coming out to the Xbox. Now, the reason why Jess Gordon had this interview is because after TGS and these ponies saw it was only Pixel Remaster coming to the Xbox, they had a podcast basically laughing at Jess Gordon for predicting that other big Square Enix or Final Fantasy games was coming to the Xbox. Yes, that is what they were doing.
Showing at the Tokyo Game Show. Metal Gear Solid. Go ahead.
I'll just say this, like, the rumor from Jez Gordon was like the whole Square Enix slate was coming, FF16, and when it was ended up being Pixel Masters, that was just another moment where I was like, this platform is cooked, man. Like, this platform is dusted. Like, I don't know.
So what Jez did here was got the answer from the horse's mouth. So Square Enix, the director of Final Fantasy, is saying that they are bringing this game, Final Fantasy 16, to the Xbox. So basically what Jez did is give Nib and all his pony brethren. So let me know in the comment sections below, how soon do you think this game would be ready for the Xbox? Do you think it'll be ready in 2025 or 2026? When would Final Fantasy 16 be ready for the Xbox consoles? Now, Sony believe that their fans are idiots. Yes, Sony believe that they can pull a fast one over on their consumer base. You see, not too long ago, just about a day ago, while playing the PlayStation 5, fans would have noticed that there were ads coming up on the dashboard when they hover over icon of a game or so forth. So much so that when this news broke, IGN reported on it. Now, of course, IGN being one of the biggest gaming media sites out there, it started to get a lot of eyes and ears on this article, and persons started to be very angry with Sony because they were reasoning in their mind. Sony has already raised the prices for controllers. They are charging for PlayStation Plus that cannot compare to Game Pass. I mean, Sony is just taking money from these ponies left, right, and center. Now they're going to play full page ads. Isn't that something? But it just so happened that it is now being reported that Sony put out a statement saying that this was a glitch. Now, try to help me understand this. Could a glitch just, somehow pull ads from all over the internet onto the dashboard? Who is Sony trying to fool? This was a test to see how gamers would have reacted to this ads being played on the PlayStation dashboard, and because it has gotten a lot of negative response, Sony is now saying it was a glitch. Sony feel that they can fool these ponies, but these ponies know what time it is. This was a test, and in the very near future, Sony might be rolling out ads for their platform. Mark my words, they are trying to recoup that money from Concord somewhere, man. They have to do it. Concord, they spent a lot of money to develop Concord. But let me hear what you think. Do you think this was just a mistake by Sony? I mean, does it have a program when it glitches out, it just pull ads onto the PlayStation dashboard? Have you heard anything like that ever? Let me know in the comment sections below. Let me hear what you thought about anything that was said today in the comment sections. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.